It's July 22nd, about 8:48. Public meeting, Commissioners Court, Liberty County, Texas. And this is from Ms. Chambers over in the county clerk's office, the continuation of the assessment of the $10 fee to certain recording transactions by the Liberty County Clerk for the county clerk's records archive fund, according to Texas Local Government Code, Section 118.025. County Clerk's Records Archive Fund is solely for the preservation and restoration of Liberty County's permanent records, collection which is housed in and managed by the Liberty County Clerk's office, as outlined in the County Clerk's Archive and Restoration Plan. So, Lee, you have anything you want to add to that? It's pretty self-explanatory.
We've been, very lucky with all the growth. We've been able to collect a lot of money, and so the project is moving along quite fast. I think we're getting close to hitting our 1950 mark. We'll start working on the photostats next. They are the kinds of documents where they look like a negative. It's on a black background with white lettering, but as over time, the light causes it to fade. Mm-hmm. And as it fades, you can't read it because the white fades into like a light gray and it's hard to read. Yeah. So we need to get those preserved as quickly as possible, as well as reproduced and put into a reverse format with a white background so we can be able to read those old documents. Those will be the next section, and they're outlined in the plan that we submitted that you'll vote on in the next during the Commissioners Court.
Okay.
But it's going along, and you're welcome to come look at the books in the office and see what we've done. It's quite impressive. It's really looking nice.
I've looked through them.
We're running out of nice place to put them, but we're every nook and cranny we can find, we're putting our book collection. It's really impressive thing to see.
Sheriff, you said you had somewhere people paid their fines with eggs and turkeys and hogs. Yeah, that was from way back yonder. That's pretty unique. I got to look through some of those.
They're very interesting. Our old records, we're going through some now that are sealed records from the 20s and the 30s. They used to call mental health cases lunacy cases. So we're starting to collect and preserve the lunacy cases.
Okay.
Old cattle bills of sale. There's a lot of really interesting old history in those books. It's fun to spend a little time and go try to find your ancestors in there. It's pretty neat.
Yeah. All right. Well, we'll leave this public hearing open for just a little bit. And anybody has anything they need to add to it, or you're more than welcome to. Okay. Don't hear anybody wanting to add to it. Okay. Well, Sheriff, we're going to probably go ahead and call this one done. Okay. Yeah. Sure you don't want to talk about how the fines were paid? Okay. That is pretty unique, though. When I looked at those books that you had over there, it was really.
We've got some of his books ready to go to I call them the cleaners. I don't know what else to call them. It's a really nice facility. It's near Left Field in Dallas, and it's in an old bombing bunker. So it's like real cemented kind of underground. Mm-hmm. But they sit there with, big glasses in a filtered room with gloves on, and they sit there and they treat those. It's like watching somebody do art restoration. They just very carefully, and then they film them and they create visual images that we can use and put on our database. But watching them do it is pretty amazing because they very delicately, treat that paper, and then they put it all together. But they do them county groups at a time. So they'll take a whole bunch of our books with them. And then when I was in there, they were just finishing up Dallas County. So you just saw books and books and books of Dallas County. And then they'll pull up Liberty and they'll work just on Liberty, and you'll see books and books of Liberty County, and then they'll bring those. And it's a fascinating process that they go through, and it's open for visitors. If you ever want to go see it, it's in Dallas. It's COFIL, but it's a neat facility, and they've got wonderful old machines of how they did like the photostats, these giant machines that they used to use back in the old days, 100 years ago. They've got a bunch of machines that show how they printed and all of this. And they've got examples of things they've restored, like the one that just blew my mind. And it was one of our East Texas counties. They had a court record where they put out warrants for Bonnie and Clyde. And I thought, that's pretty cool.
That's pretty Texas.
So it's amazing the work that they do. And I'm real thrilled and privileged that I get to be the one to help get that done for Liberty County. But it's been a fun project.
All right.
So Lee, you were mentioning to me that not only are they restoring the books for forever, but they're also documenting this electronically. So it's going to make research much easier in the future, right?
Yes.
And so we can preserve the books after this restoration, and then make it easier for people to research those records electronically.
You're right. They do scans of everything and give me high quality scans of all of the documents. For instance, this summer we've got an intern back there that's doing the 1870s through the 30s or something of the Commissioner's Court minutes. Well, buried in those is a bunch of records of when they created the roads in Liberty County, and they're handwritten on old brown paper.
Yep.
And bless her little heart, she's reading these things and grouping these pages and putting them together by meeting. And then she's separating out those road records so that we can have a separate record of all the roads and the juries and the eminent domain and everything. So all of that will be online for people to use in the future, along with our new mapping system and everything else. So I'm hoping it's going to make it real nice for everyone in the future when they try to work on roads or figure out when we created a drainage district or any number of things I'm constantly getting questions on. They should be much easier to research in the future.
Okay, well, let's close out this public hearing and we'll get ready for Commissioners Court to start in about 5 minutes.